What up, B Squad? It is me, JB, and we are here, you guys, with unfortunately another review for The Real Housewives of Potomac, season 10, episode 716, right? This episode, what was it titled? Driving on Empty. Oh, God. I am so ready for this show to be over with. Thank God next week is the season finale, which technically last night was the season finale. But next week is dealing with Karen. Here's the thing about Karen. I'm not so certain that I'm going to be discussing Karen. We'll see once we get to that episode next week. What up, Chuck? How you doing today? But yeah, we'll see what is given once we get to it. I also hope everybody is staying safe, staying, warm and everything. And tell me what you guys thought about, about last night's episode. It was a dumbass episode. Like literally, this episode, we're in the cars the whole entire episode. I just don't, for the life of me, understand it. But hey, it is what it is, right? It really truly is what it is. But like I said, this is Potomac. Again, also, I've said it plenty of times before. Going into the next season, y'all, please, for the love of God, don't ask me to review this dumbass show. Like, I just don't. Last night's episode pissed me off too, if I'm being honest with you guys. It was one of those episodes that got on my nerves, and for multiple reasons. You said you're safe and warm. Yeah, I hope the same for everybody else. But yeah, Potomac, Potomac, Potomac. So let's go ahead and get into it, you guys. So this episode, it literally opened where the last one ended. And you guys remember in the last episode, we ended it with Giselle saying that she was taking over the trip. I would have told all them helpers just to go home at that point. Like, get the fuck out of my face. What are y'all talking about? Y'all on some bullshit. Like, I would have cussed everybody out at that particular moment, but whatever. That's just JB. I can't speak for nobody else but me. You say this episode. Well, I want to show it on the screen. Something is going on with StreamYard. But I see your comment, Chuck. You say this episode is my best Tyra, Angel, and Stacy. We were rooting for you. What is going on with freaking StreamYard? Can you guys hear me? Please let me know if you can hear me, because I don't know what just happened. Like, there we go. It must. Oh, I know what it is. Okay, think I got it. But this episode with Stacy did lie about something, but there was something that Wendy said. I was like, but Wendy, that really don't prove that she lied. But we'll definitely get into everything once we get there, because I was just the funny thing is I watched this episode last night, but I didn't take any notes. So I had to rewatch it again today. And I was irritated rewatching it. Like, the rewatch was so fucking irritating. Oh God, the rewatch was irritating. So again, the episode opened where we ended with with Giselle talking about she was gonna take over a trip. Now Giselle was like, but the ladies can say what they want to do. So everybody was like, you know what, Giselle, we actually do want to just go ahead and just have some fun, do the fly fishing and all that stuff, right? So Giselle asked Angel, oh no, you good, Chuck. Giselle asked Angel, like, are you gonna stay with us for the night? And Angel, I don't know if she necessarily said yes, because she still was him and Han and reluctant to say yes. And I'm like, Angel, girl, just tell these helpers that fuck no, I don't want to stay with y'all bitches. Like, tell them that. Hey, Corey, how are you doing today? Like, just tell them girls that you don't want to stay with them, right? So they left to go to the Four Seasons. When I tell y'all, seeing Ashley on my screen just irks my soul and my spirit, because this old freaked out ass helper is talking about, oh my God. So, oh my, look at that shower. Like, you could do some freaky shit in here. I was like, Ashley, all you talk about is sex, 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 and more sex. Like, here's the thing. And if you guys hear me talking about it, you would think I'm a prude, but I'm really not a prude. Like I'm not a prude whatsoever. Like I am someone who is, who's open to pretty much anything. Just about, right? But just hearing Ashley talk about it, just like, oh God, is that your whole identity is sex? That's what Wendy was trying to tell Angel too. Like, girl, exactly. That's something that I agree with Wendy. Just tell the girls, girl, fuck y'all. I don't care. I don't want to come. So they get back to the room. So they had dinner, and so Angel let them know that they will be going to a honky tonk bar. And I was like, okay, a honky tonk bar? I don't necessarily know if I would have wanted to do a honky tonk bar for a friend's trip, a girl's trip. But hey, I mean, whatever. I mean, as Rodney calls it, Potomac. So what can we expect with these ladies, right? Chuck says prediction: Trashley is fired and starts an OnlyFans page. Child, I wouldn't be shocked. Who would pay for it would be the question. Like who? And they, oh God. But you know what? Ashley probably do got some fans out there. So let me not even sit here and continue to shade that heifer. But I wouldn't pay to see it, right? So Angel told them what the plans were for the next day was for them to go fly fishing, right? And then from fly fishing, they're going to be leaving to go back home. I said, say what now? See, Angel lost me at that particular moment. That was the moment where Angel lost me. It's like, wait a minute, pump the brakes, pump the entire brakes. So you want me to go fly fishing on the same day that I'm expected to leave home, to leave and go home. Not nasty old Menzies, right? But you want me to go fly fishing and do all this stuff, and it sound and it the setup sounded good, it looked good, but you're not going to sit here and say let's have an excursion on the day that I'm scheduled to fly back home. I don't like airports, right? Can't stand them. Like the last time, not the last time I went to, no, when I went to DC last year. If you guys haven't heard my horror story about DC, it was the worst experience of my life. I was supposed to have been back to Dallas from DC on Memorial Day, and I was supposed to have gotten back to Dallas at noon, right? But I didn't end up getting back home until after 1 o'clock because the plane from Atlanta to DC was delayed. And then when we finally get on the plane to get to Atlanta, I missed my plane by a few minutes. And so yeah, no, please don't play with me with that because I would never. No, that's not fun sitting in no airport for 5 to 6 hours. Angel, production punked you. You can't do all this ish in 3 days. Like Angel should have planned better. And I know this is also, I know production has a little part in this, but Angel definitely should have planned this better. This fly fishing thing, which we gonna definitely get into that fly fishing thing because I got a lot to say about the fly fishing of it all. So we see as the next morning, everyone is up getting ready to go fly fishing, right? Now, we found out that Angel, Kiarna, Nortia stayed with the girls like they said they were, right? Now, according to Kiarna, Kiarna says that the reason that no, this is Angel who said it and Kiarna, right? So Angel and Kiarna are saying that the reason that they did not stay with the girls the night before is because of the fact that it was like, so Angel says it was 1 o'clock in the morning and and then Kiarna saying they hadn't packed their things. Well, baby, that's on y'all. You knew how many days y'all were gonna be there. And the thing about me is I do like when it comes to packing to go somewhere, and especially when it comes to leaving to come back home, I don't wait until the day before to pack, right? The morning, like when I wake up in the morning and I take my shower, brush my teeth, and all that kind of stuff. Actually, what I typically do is when I take off my clothes, I take my clothes off, I fold them up, and I put them in a pile with my dirty clothes are in a pile. So whatever bag I have with me, my clothes are going in another bag for dirty clothes. But yeah, y'all didn't plan this shit out like Nobody planned for this trip, and it's just weird to even hear. But hey, it is what it is, right? So we see as Angel and them are in the car getting ready to go fly fishing again. Here's another thing with you, Angel. You are not a good host because you literally did not call these women to check on them. And that was the complaint from them when it came to the whole situation with the house, right? But we'll get deeper into it. So also again, this is the day that the women are leaving. Angel wants to do this fly fishing thing. Turns out the fly fishing thing is an hour away from the hotel. Pump the brakes. Baby, ain't no way in hell you finna get me to do that. You want me to go somewhere an hour away from the hotel. And you can only wonder how far the hotel is from the airport. And then they were asking a question, and I think they asked a question the night before, like, what about our stuff? Like, how are we gonna get our things to the airport? You're not gonna have me on some Home Alone mission. And the difference between Home Alone and today is Home Alone, they didn't have to deal with TSA. Girl, I'm not fucking with no damn TSA. Like, y'all are crazy. The hell? I want to give Angel some grace, but she owns a hospitality business, and that's my problem. What up, Cece? Like, Angel, baby, this wasn't for you. So, this is the part of the episode where I was thoroughly confused. We spent Now, mind you, this episode was an hour and 15 minutes, of which I don't know why it was an hour and 15 minutes. Because we went between Giselle's car with her, Monique, and Ashley, to Wendy's car with her, Jazzy, and Stacy, to Tia, Angel, and Kiarna. What the hell did we need this episode for? Why did we need this episode? Nonsensical. Now, one thing we found out about Giselle is that Giselle is not that close to her mama. Is that a shock to anybody? Not to me. Not to me, but hey, it is what it is, right? Now, we move over to this car with Wendy, Jazzy, and Stacy, right? So Stacy is in the back seat. Look like she's trying to open up a bag of peanuts, right? Or whatever, right? And she looked over to Jazzy. I think she was gonna try to ask Jazzy to open the bag for her, but I think at that particular moment, Jazzy had her phone open. Now I don't know if Stacey could see who she was texting or talking to, but I'm assuming it's Sharice since Stacey mentioned Sharice's name. This was boring if you think about it. It absolutely was a waste of my time, a filler episode, and it's the finale episode, quote unquote, the finale episode. When I know next week they say it's the finale, but this was technically the finale for these heifers. So Stacy tells Jazzy that she has an issue that Jazzy got Sharice's phone number, especially after Sharice had called as Sharice had called Stacy a trick, right? And here's my thing with Stacy. You can't dictate who people are friends with. That's number one. Number two, would I look at my friend differently so here's the thing. If I told my friend, like, yo, that bitch called me a trick and I ain't done nothing to her, and then my friend still goes and is friends with her, I wouldn't be mad at my friend, but I'd be like, okay, you moving a little funny, but hey, do you? I've already gave you a warning about the trick. If she fucks you over, then that's on you. Crisis. I'm not surprised Giselle isn't close to her mama. They are probably just like high yellow mean girls. What up, D movie man? What up, D? You say Angel made me actually agree with Gizzard. That's how I know she effed up this. Effed up. This was a donkey of an episode. It was. Nope. And I didn't know Next Mama was European American. Remember when Robin told can't remember her name. Katie, that she and Next parents were both black. Now I was looking at Giselle's mama. She's from Houston, so she give me Mama Tina vibes. She gives Mama Tina, since Houston and New Orleans are so close together. It gives me the French Creole stuff. Because she don't look like a whole white woman, but she's passing. But that's what I got. I kind of, and you know what's so funny? I found out recently Giselle got a brother, and Giselle is the youngest of her siblings. Interesting. So Wendy's time telling Stacy, like, if you want loyalty from Jazzy, then you got to give loyalty in return. And I was like, I actually agree with that, right? If you want somebody to be loyal to you, be loyal to them. So Stacy's like, well, what are you talking about, Wendy? So then Jazzy decides to chime in. And let me say this. Jazzy was looking for a moment. Like my thumbnail says, searching for a flute. Jazzy, in my personal opinion, was searching for a flute, right? Because then Jazzy decides to bring up this whole situation of um Stacy wasn't going to come to her wedding until she found out that Ashley and Wendy were coming. Now, Stacy, I got to tug on your wig a little bit, beloved, because you sat there and said that you didn't know Ashley was coming, but they showed the footage. You knew 2 months ago. But the thing is, if I'm not mistaken, this was probably just before Jazzy's wedding that Stacy found out that Ashley was going, right? And let me get on you, Wendy, because you in the front seat doing team too much, talking about Stacy, you motherfucking lying on me and all this kind of stuff. Here's the thing, Wendy, what you said didn't align with her knowing that this, let me say it clearly. What Wendy said doesn't back up the claim that Stacy went because you and Ashley were going. You cooperated what Stacy had been saying, and they showed what Stacy had been saying. Stacy said it all season long. In the first half of the season, everybody asked her, "Are you going to Jazzy's wedding?" She said, "I don't know if I'm going to Jazzy's wedding. I have something to do that weekend. I've talked to Jazzy about it, and I'm trying to." And wasn't Stacy supposed to be in the wedding, but Stacy declined to be in the wedding because of what she had coming up? But she was like, I'm trying to, work it with my schedule so that way I can go. But Wendy, you said, well, Stacy, I called you up and I told you that's your friend and you're going to look like shit if you don't go. So that doesn't mean that she's going because you and Ashley are going. That means she's going because you had a conversation with her. You told her, girl, you're going to look like a shitty friend if you don't go to that wedding. And Stacey probably took heed and like, yeah, I probably would look like a shitty friend. I'm gonna look like what Mia did to us when we went to her birthday, when we went to Miami for her birthday last year. That's probably what happened with Stacey. But then they started going back and forth with Stacey. I was like, what the fuck? It's 2 against 1. I would have said, you know what, somebody get me out this car. Or actually, I would have told them both, shut the fuck up. Because I'm at this point, I'm irritated with you, and leave me the fuck alone for this car ride. Like, I don't want to have a conversation at this point. I would have said that to him. I think Nick has a brother and a sister. She does. Yes, Jazzy was campaigning for a flute because Angel has implied that she's not coming back. However, Angel's end card say they bought a home in the DMV. Yeah, we'll talk about that because I got that on. D, you say I knew what time it was when Jazzy was barking and hollering at Tia over Chef liking her. 10 days before my wedding, don't play with me, Tia. If Stacy used her, then so did Jazzy. Whack. Exactly, because from what I've heard, they kind of went to Jazzy kind of last minute, but whatever. So I mean, it is what it is. And girl, they didn't even show your wedding on the show. They showed 3 minutes of your wedding. Not even that, probably 20 seconds. I was irritated with Jazzy, and I was really irritated with fucking Wendy too, right? Then we move back over to the other car with Ashley and Giselle and Monique. Ashley, you are a miserable, hate-filled, jealous ass BICTH. I spelled it like Mama D, you guys. So Ashley's raggedy, trifling, dusty, disgusting ass is sitting here telling Monique, well, when I've thought about it, because now she's throwing Angel under the bus, saying that she thinks that maybe Angel told Bobby about this whole situation with Monique and got it back to Chris. But bitch, y'all done sat here and crucified Stacy for weeks about this whole situation with Monique. Even though Monique said all this stuff in front of the Bravo cameras for Real Housewives of Potomac. So either way it went, Chris was going to see it. So get the fuck out of here with that stuff, right? So then Ashley decides to say that she was out with her kids. Chris came up to her and she asked Chris, "Did you go out on a date with Stacy or something like that?" And she says that he put his drink up to his face. And she was like, "I told you that, didn't I?" And Monique was like, "No, you didn't tell me that. Because you just made that shit up, Ash." Like, shut the fuck up. I can't stand it, bitch. And then I saw her cosplaying ass so y'all know that they're doing the Ultimate Girls trip. And I saw her cosplaying ass down there in Atlanta, dressed as a man once again. God, I don't. Oh God, I can't with Ashley. And that was too much in my honest opinion. I agree. Trashly absolutely lied. She absolutely lied. Oh God, Jesus Christ. Like, moving on. So, Angel, we see Angel, they driving around. She's lost at this point. She's 2 hours away from where she was supposed to go. Now she's saying her, Kiana, and Tia all put the address into their GPS, and it took them one direction. I was like, okay, girl, I still don't care. I still don't care. And did anybody clock the fact that none of the women clocked it, but I clocked it. They were talking about fish, and Angel says she don't even like fish. I was like, "Then girl, why are y'all going fly fishing if you don't like fish?" That's like me. That's like me taking my friends to an ice cream shop where they actually make ice cream, knowing full damn well I'm lactose intolerant. Ain't nothing we can do. Or that's like me you know, having us do something that involves nuts, knowing good damn well I'm allergic to nuts. I can't eat a nut. I can't eat a nut the first. Like that's like me saying, "Oh, we're gonna go crack some nuts today." Again, I'm allergic to nuts. That would be stupid. So why are you going fly fishing and you don't like fish? Okay, Angel. Back to Angel again. So Angel is again, she's in the car with Kiara and them, and they like now at one point they said let's call and check on the girls, but I've never heard them call and check on the girls. But then they eventually called and checked on the girls, and that's when she was like, "Oh yeah, we got lost," and they were like, "You got lost? Like how did you get lost? Like isn't this your thing that you put on for people?" She was like, "Yeah, but we've never done it at this place before." I was like, "Oh my God, Angel." So everybody's supposed to be a guinea pig, a test dummy at this point. Angel. Oh God. When she was on that phone with them, I'm like, these ladies are gonna eat you alive, as they should, right? Like as they should. But girl, how do you plan something and you don't know where it is? And I'm pretty sure the girl and the man and the chef that were, at this campsite, they sent a location to her. But Angel, this is a lack of preparation. And again, these women are leaving this day to go home. I hope Angel can explain this at the reunion. Chuck, you say, Angel, you plan these excursions for your guests, and now you choose a new location. Funny how your chef and assistant get there, but not you, right? And it was a beautiful setup. Hell, even the food looked good. But I would have been pissed. So the lady was like, you know what? At this point, let's just pull over and go to a gas station, right? Now, Giselle, for you to sit here and say you don't do gas stations, you don't do food trucks on the side of the road, but you do tents outside of your house, the upside down, inside out house. Okay, whatever, Giselle, go to hell, right? So Angel called them when they were at the gas station, and she just again let them know, like, yeah, I got lost. So, and they were like, okay, Angel, at this point, this is where the trip ends. We're going home. I was like, honestly, I can't even be mad at y'all. I will give it to y'all. That is going to be where the trip would end for me. Actually, the trip would have ended for me when this girl was talking about let's do an excursion the day that we're leaving. I would have told her, no, ma'am, absolutely not. I don't play those games. I do not play those games. I don't want to do nothing on the day that I'm leaving. Girl, get the hell out of here. Also, I thought they were fishing to eat. That chef prepared an entire barbecue buffet, and it looked so damn good. Oh, I was looking at that food. I was like, oh, that food looks so good. I was like, that food is gonna go to waste. Hopefully, they gave it to some homeless people. But then also with Angel, they were on a mountain. They were on the mountain because you could hear Tia them talking about it. They were on a mountain. I was like, baby, ain't no way. How the hell did you get on the mountain? Angel, again, I know that this trip was let. Here's the thing: I'm beating Angel up, but I'm also gonna beat up production too because this is a last minute trip. They extended filming of this season. Why? I don't know. They should have did what they did in the first place. They should have picked up the cameras when Karen got out of jail and just let that be and wrap this season up. Because in my personal opinion, y'all may agree or disagree. This season is not. This has been a flop of a season. Season 10 was just not a good season. Now, for everybody who was talking about Real Housewives of Atlanta, Sweet 16 was a flop. Sweet 16 was better than Real Housewives of Atlanta. Sweet 16 was so much better than this. Like it was so much better than this. So much better. But y'all can agree, disagree, whatever. D say I honestly felt the worst for the chef and the assistant. They did everything they were supposed to do, but had their time and efforts wasted. The rest of the miserable hens low key got what they deserved. I agree. Corey, you say Marriage to Medicine is better than Potomac and Atlanta Housewives. Mm, I'll give you Potomac, but I don't know if I would agree with Atlanta Housewives. And here is why. Because Marriage to Medicine, minus what happened last night, they still have the same recycled, fights and stuff. But I'll definitely give you Potomac. But Atlanta, I can't 100% give you. Right? Kenya and Brick Brat's beef on Real Housewives of Atlanta alone cleared this entire season. I agree. And that was annoying in itself. Wonder what happened to all that food. I wonder too, because it looks so damn good. All that food looks so good. Oh, it looks so good. It looks so good. It looks so good. Married to Medicine, Smoking, Pam, Oliver, Potomac. You say I just like the dynamic of Married to Medicine better than Housewives. I understand. So at this gas station, they got pizza and all kind of stuff, right? And they talking shit about Angel, and I'm actually okay with it. I'm not even mad at it. Like Angel girl, this is all on you. You screwed yourself. Like you really fucked yourself with this one, right? So we have to once again talk about this whole Angel, Jazzy, not Angel, but Jazzy, Stacy, and Angel. No, why do I keep want to say Angel? Because this is her trip, and it's a trip from hell. But Stacy, Jazzy, and Wendy, right? We have to regurgitate that stuff again. And like I said, Wendy was doing team too much, and Jazzy is just looking for a moment to get a flute. That is it. That is all right. And you saying this in front of Giselle and Ashley, who don't like her, and they gonna automatically be on your side, even if Stacy is in the right? But it is what it is, right? So Stacy got pissed off and she got her bag and she walked away. Wendy went to go check on her. Now, what I will say is, I can defend Wendy in this particular moment because she has defended you all season, Stacy. So she has. But if you piss me off, girl, don't come up to me and have a conversation with me. But they made up with each other. They hugged and kissed. And so we get to the title cards, right? The ending cards for them. And some of these ending title cards are hilarious as hell to me. And one in particular, I when I tell you guys, I cackled, bitch, I cackled when I saw that shit on my screen. So I can't see it on the screen, so I have it on my phone, and I'm gonna read every last one of them to you. So Stacy's title card, ending card says Stacy and Timo are still going strong, but have no plans to remarry, as the ink on the sealed divorce papers is too fresh. If they did, Jazzy would not be invited to the wedding. That shit, that ain't the one that had me laughing. Let me see what you say, Chuck. You say, I wonder if Stacy called Mauricio to come get her. I would have called anybody. Now, Giselle says after a 2-year battle, Giselle lost the fight over her father's will. Yikes. But one loss did not overshadow a big win. Giselle's daughter, Angel, became a member of the AKA sorority. Congratulations, Angel. Next on the list is this big head ass heifer. Ashley's second bloom has her second guessing Josh. They've broken up and gotten back together several times. I do not care. But she continues to write her next chapter of life, including a children's book. Girl, keep it. Next up is Wendy. 3 months after the Colorado trip, Wendy and Eddie were arrested for fraud. They're facing felony charges and, if convicted, up to 15 years in prison. Now, Bravo, I got a question for y'all because y'all showed a clip of Wendy and Eddie having a conversation in the super trailer for the second half of the season, and I ain't see it in this episode. So I'm wondering if y'all gonna show it in next week's episode because I didn't see it, but neither here nor there. Now here's the one that I told you guys that had me cracking up laughing because she still has egg on her face. So it says Kay and Greg are quote unquote better than ever, but she is still prioritizing her med spa business over marriage. Of course you are, because Greg is not going to marry you. It says the picture frame remains the only bling from the jewelry store in her possession. Of course it is, because what? Greg is not going to marry you. So then we get to Tia. So Tia says Tia and her sister are continuing to build their relationship. What isn't continuing? House parties thrown by Tia's kids, at least that she knows of, at least that she's aware of. These are some of the dumbest, like these are the wackest ending cards I've ever saw in a Housewives franchise. Angel says Angel and Bobby are still living in Colorado, but they say they have purchased a $2 million home in Potomac. Tia was not their agent. Why Tia catch a stray? Chuck, you say, why is Jack Harlow so desperate? Who knows? D, you say the editors cut K to the white meat. They did. Cece says that Chuck trashly turned that young boy out. Ugh. Oh, Angel and Tia don't come back. Here's the thing. I don't dislike either one of those two women. I just prefer for Ashley not to come back. It's just Ashley for me. Ashley is, I agree, D. Ashley is a hypersexual weirdo who needs to have nothing to do with anything children related. She was too good for Jack Harlow, but is still steady messing with him. Womp womp. Ashley is a goddamn liar. And that's the title cards, the ending cards. Now, after that, we go 2 months into the future, and y'all know what happened 2 months later. Karen was released from prison with them braids that she had on. What season was that? Season 3, when she wore them braids on that trip. Karen came out that prison with them ugly ass braids in her head. I was like, oh my god, not this wig again. Girl, I would have preferred the drunk wig that she had in that video. But hey, so Karen is going to close out season 10 of The Real Housewives of Potomac with her one-on-one sit-down interview with Andy Cohen. Okay, I don't care. So, next up, I actually think Harlow turned. Oh God, y'all, please stop talking about that. I'm just kidding, but not kidding. Oh God. So next up, you guys, let's get on to the reunion looks. So these are the season 10 reunion looks. My God, today, some of them are just. Karen was giving Diesel. Oh God. It's the fact that no one knew this was the finale, right? Because I was so confused when I saw them indie cards come up. I was like, wait a minute, this is the finale? Okay, very interesting. The editors really had to scramble to throw up those title cards with them still stuck on the side of the road. I'm hollering. That had me screaming. So we're gonna go down the line one by one with each of the ladies. I think I have all of them up here. I hope I do. And I'm not going in any particular order when it comes to the reunion looks, but this is them as a collective. As a collective, it looks a hot ass mess, in my personal opinion. Oh God, some of them look better than others. Oh, sweet Jesus. So the first person we'll start up with is going to be Tia. So Tia's reunion look. I don't like it, but I don't hate it either, right? So the thing that's throwing me off with Tia's reunion look is Tia's boobs, because it's like the cup of her dress. Her boobs look like they Angel. Thank y'all for correcting me. Angel, 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 angel. My bad, y'all. Angel's dress is like her boobs are spilling over a little bit, and then the bottom of Angel's dress just bothers me. It's like it's two different color reds. Actually, it's three. It actually, for being honest, it's three different color reds because her top is one color red. The thing that she has around her arms is a different color red, and then the train of her dress is a different color red. If they were all one cohesive color, I would be here for it. But for me, I just don't like. I just don't like. What I really don't like about Angel's dress is the bottom of that dress. I hate the bottom of it. I hate the bottom of Angel's dress. Period. Point blank. But thank y'all for correcting me. Angel, you give her a 6 out of 10, Chuck, and her stylist should have been fired. Oh God, her dress is. It's just no. So next up, now I have Tia on my screen. So the thing with Tia's dress, I actually like Tia's dress. There's only one particular thing about Tia's dress that I intentionally hate, and it is her midsection, that mesh. If that mesh matched her skin tone, I would be all the way here because everything about this dress, I love it. Minus whatever this kind of ruching is on her hip. I don't like that a whole lot, but the main thing that I don't like is that mesh, that it doesn't match her skin tone. If it matched her skin tone, I would be here for it, right? Somebody said that Angel was given Black May West, but not in a good way. I hate when dresses or outfits have two different textures and fabrics, especially satin, which really cheapens it. You give Tia a 6.9. Okay. So if I had to pick a top four, Tia was in my top four, but she was in my low top four. Angel is a plus size woman and she needed a better style. She did. I want her to do something better. Next up is Stacy. So when it comes to Stacy's dress, I've been looking at Stacy's dress all weekend, and I just don't know where I stand when it comes to Stacy's dress because I don't hate it, but I don't love it either, if that makes sense. Because it's not a horrible. I think the problem with Stacy's dress, and it's not even her dress, it's her hair. I hate Stacy's hair. If Stacy had a different hairstyle, I think I would love her dress a lot more than what I did because the hair is what's throwing it off. That's what's throwing it off of me. Do you say Tia and this messed up nude inset uh, took out the look, and that piece jutting out of her side made her look wider than she actually is? I agree. You gave Stacy an 8, Chuck. Stacy looked okay. I don't like the hair. Stacy needed a better wig. I absolutely agree. And child, my worst look is of all is next. Oh God, I don't even want to put this on my screen. I'm gonna cover my eyes when I put it on the screen. What the fuck is this? Can y'all see it? What the fuck is Jazzy wearing? My God, today, I don't even know where to start with this dress. I don't even know where to start with this look. Oh God, it's doing way too much. The roses. It's the roses. This is giving Matador realness, in my personal opinion. Jazzy is one of my worst dressed. She's one of the worst dressed for me. Stacy needs to take more risk with her hair and aesthetic overall because we never see anything different from her. We don't. Jazzy looks like a clown. Jazzy was a hot ass mess. That's my grandma's pin cushion. And Jazzy, for you to sit here and talk about this as a black designer, okay, I'll give you that it's a black designer, but but that doesn't mean, like, what does that mean? That we can't say it's not a cute look? Because it's not cute. It's really not. It's doing way too much. Uh a point six for Jazzy. Did you not read the assignment? I don't think she did because she missed the mark 100%. So the next person is Kiarna. So with Kiarna's look, I don't like or love Kiarna's look. And the reason why I don't like or love Kiarna's look is one, now let me say this flat out. Kiarna's face card, that face card ain't declining. She's a beautiful girl, right? The only thing about Kiarna's dress that I don't like, one, is them heels. Number two is this whatever this pointy thing is on her shoulder. I hate that thing on her shoulder. Whatever that is on her shoulder, if that was not on the dress, I probably would love it a lot more than what I don't already, right? But that's the only thing about that dress that I hate is whatever it is on her fucking shoulder. It's giving quinceañera. My mom said somebody put Velcro on roses and just threw them at the dress to make them stick. I feel like her confessional looks this season was better than her reunion looks. Is this for Kiarna or for Jazzy? 6.5 for Kiarna. Love her from the neck up. Yeah, that face card ain't declining. The next person, oh God, this is a terrible look for me as well. I hate this look. Monique. And here's the thing about Monique. Oh, you say Kiarna. Okay. Here's the thing about Monique. Monique, like I said about Kiarna, that face card is eating. Baby Monique is giving it with that face and that hair. But this dress is way too busy for me. Somebody said that her triangle is giving the delta, the symbol for delta. I was like, you ain't never told a lie. Then I don't know what's going on with her one leg out. Then I just don't know what's going on with Monique. No, mm-mm. Hard pass. She's again, like I said, that face card was eaten. That makeup is eaten, and I don't follow the woman, young lady Riley Knox, who designed her dress, but Riley does design a lot of looks for Monique, and most times Riley's looks are out of the park, right? But this one just it's not it. It's not a cute look, right? Do you say Kay's look works a lot better in video? I did see the video and I liked it in video. You say this picture makes it look a lot whacker and plain than it actually is. I saw her Instagram post and it was actually on point. Yeah, I saw the Instagram post. It looked good. Monique was given Fifth Element, me Zoolander. A 1 for Monique. You're not Brahmin, but you're right. Monique's face is slamming. What is the straps on her leg? That's what I'm not understanding. Dominatrix Dorito. I agree. Yeah, Riley missed with this one. I hate to say it. And most times the things that I saw Riley do, because she even done some stuff for Ashley. And it don't look right on Ashley, but it do be looking, it does look right. So moving on. I was gonna say this person for last, but let's go ahead and put P.O. Pam all up on the screen. Pam, girl, them insurance checks, baby, they cleared because this is my favorite look. She did the damn thing. That face is beat. That dress, the feathers. Now, my best friend was like, she hated the feathers, but I love the feathers. I love everything about this look. I wonder how the hell she could even sit down because it looked like it's leather. But baby, that is a 10 across the board for me. Monique is given fatality. Finish him. Straight out of Mortal Kombat. All that hip swinging and posing she was doing in their reunion teaser didn't help either. It really didn't. Pressure P, baby. She ate, ate, ate. I ain't got no, I have no comments when it comes to Pam because that insurance check get cleared on this dress. The next person, tacky ass Giselle. Now here's the thing about Giselle. Only two things that I can critique about Giselle's dress that I hate, actually Giselle's look in general that I hate, right? I wish Giselle would do something with the sleeves, right? I hate the one sleeve and one sleeveless, right? And this is just a no. Then her wig, that wig is horrible. If she had a different wig and a different dress, I think it would look a lot better because it's not a bad look. It's just that I just don't like the one sleeve and one sleeveless. And then again, the wig is just a hell no. 9.9 for Wendy. She said, y'all gonna remember me before I go to prison. Pam Oliver about to go to jail because she spent a lot of insurance money on that dress. She did. Oops, PO. She needs a stylist stat. I agree. The dress is given Dillard's. Cal always gets her hair wrong. He does. 5 for Nick, yawn. And I'm tired of those of her stovepipe legs. Y'all are not gonna let her make it. So the next person we have is the Grand Dame, Karen Huga. Karen looks good. I love Karen's look. I have no much like with Wendy. I don't have anything to say about Karen's look. I love Karen's look. I think it's a good look. I think it looks good for her. It's age appropriate. She looks good. Yes, come on, Thomas Jefferson's concubine. And then the last person. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tell you guys who are in my top 3, and then that'll be all we got. The next person is Ashley. So here's the thing with Ashley's look. Do I hate Ashley's look? No. Do I like Ashley's look? It's okay. It's not my favorite look. But what I will say is whoever did her makeup and her hair, they did a good job. They did a good job. The dress is just throwing me off just a teensy weensy bit. But overall, I don't have much negative to say about Ashley's dress. She kind of played it safe in my personal opinion. What's wild to me is that feathers always cheapen a lot of outfits. But this is one of the few times where it actually elevates it and looks good. Wendy was giving us her get out of jail free card. I absolutely agree. 9.8 for Karen, post prison concubine. Too much on her hip. Yeah, I agree. It is too much on Ashley's hip. Not the pervert of Potomac. So 7.8 for Trashley. I didn't like her hair. She needed a blowout. Okay. So if I'm going to, let me get to this. I'm confusion by the fabric tumor or the side of Ashley's outfit. Yeah, I still haven't figured out what that is on the side, but okay. I did see a picture of Ashley laying down on some steps and she looked really good. And y'all know how much it pains me to say that about Ashley Darby. But if I have to give you guys my top 3 reunion looks, it would be Pam, Karen, and even Ashley. Because everybody else's looks, I just hated. I just hated everybody else's looks in general. And then as a collective, I'm just so confused. I'm just so confused as a collective. But okay. But that's it, you guys. That is season 10 of Real Housewives of Potomac. Now, you guys, like I said, next week we are just literally, hopefully, only dealing with Karen. I'm praying that we're only dealing with Karen next week because that's all I can give you guys. but I'm also not 100% positive that I'm going to do a review for if something like spicy happens in the scene, with her talking to Andy. If she reveals something that I feel like we need to talk about, then we'll come on here and talk about it. If not, then I won't see you guys until the reunion. And for the life of me, I feel like they're giving us a 3-part reunion, but for the life of me, I don't understand why we would have a 3-part reunion. But I want you guys to tell me, like, who's your best dressed who's your best dressed, who's your worst dressed, and also y'all tell me your top 3. Like, I want to know that who's your best dressed reunion, who's your worst dressed, and your top 3. Chuck, you say for me, P.O., Curran, Stacy, then Trashley. Okay, I'll give you that. Like I said, the reason why Stacy is not in my top 3 is literally just because of Stacy's wig. It's the same wig we see Stacy in all season. D, you say this season was such a flop. It was that Karen got her own episode. Well, right? Chuck, you say, I wonder if P.O. should have rocked a red pimp floor length fur instead of feathers. Who knows? But yeah, you guys, that is Potomac. Like I said, overall, for me personally, this season just was not. But I didn't expect much from season 10 of Potomac. If I'm keeping it a buck with you guys, like I just wasn't really feeling this season of Potomac. It just was a flop for me. And it's interesting that everybody was talking about how much of a flop Atlanta was. Atlanta was much better than this, even with Shamia. But yeah, you guys, that is all I got. For Married to Medicine, I have not watched Married to Medicine yet, so I'm gonna watch it at some point tonight since I ain't going nowhere since it's still sleet on the ground. It's melting a little bit, but they say it's gonna freeze again tonight because the temperatures are dropping again. So I'm not going anywhere. And why didn't Andy rock some crimson? Now, Andy never dresses anything with these women. He always wears something different from these women. But yeah, you guys, that's all I got. I did not expect to be on here for almost an hour with this lackluster ass episode. Married to Medicine is the setup for next week. Okay, so I'm gonna have to go check it out after I get off here and eat. But yeah, guys, that's all I got. Be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on your post notifications, and share the video, you guys. And I will catch you guys in the next one. You guys stay safe. If it's cold where you guys are, stay warm, be blessed, and I'll see you guys for the next video. And more than likely, Married to Medicine is going to be pre-recorded. But I'll see you guys then. Bye, y'all.